Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sisko and Mike. This is Sisko.
And this is Mike.
And Mike, you want to introduce today's guest?
Yeah, today we have some musical guests up in the house. I know you guys like the musical guests. They are very fun. They're very upbeat. Their names is Rosa Bella Jr. I said Rosa. I don't know why I keep fucking bringing the Spanish in.
It happens. I love it.
Anyways, they're local guys from Echo Park, right? You guys at Echo Park?
We currently live in Echo Park, but we're actually from Canoga Park, and he's from Reseda.
Okay.
But I mean,
the Valley?
Out of the Valley, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, LA area guys, and they got some pretty dope music. They're also DJs, so we have them here as guests. So welcome, guys. Appreciate you guys coming in on a
Thanks
Friday.
for having us.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
So you guys, how long have you guys been together?
As partners or as boyfriend and girlfriend?
Whichever. I mean, as partners in music and as boyfriend and girlfriend. I mean, I don't know. Are you guys together?
No.
Cool. I
wouldn't want to ruin the friendship. We've almost been there, but not.
Yeah, you can't do that, bro.
I think we've been together since 2018.
Okay.
2018
Yeah,
as musical partners.
Yeah. Dope. So you guys are friends from a long time ago, or?
Yeah, we've been friends for a while. We actually became really good friends. Echo Park Rising in Echo Park.
Okay.
This was a while ago, 2012, 2013. We both actually met at Home Depot paint department, mixing paint, and we were both going to college at the time. And yeah, this guy was like the cool guy. I was just the guy that was hustling and working all the time. So
did you guys know that you guys played music?
No, not
really. That's crazy.
Everything I know, he taught me.
Oh wow,
Straight up.
That's dope.
It was
that's
just
crazy.
Yeah, both of us in his little apartment, and we were just playing some simple sounds and seeing where it went, and we would just lock each other up in there and just go at it.
So you guys already know how to play instruments and shit.
I did like marching band and jazz band in high school, so I technically didn't even know how to play a guitar till I was like 24, 25.
Gotcha.
We started pretty late, to be honest. I didn't pick up a guitar till I was like 24. I played punk bands my whole life, but I played drums.
Gotcha.
So I held the beat and like the percussion behind the bands back then, and I just picked up the guitar and just learned some punk riffs, and then from there I just kind of expanded to many different genres and styles of music.
I still don't know how to play shit.
Really?
I don't. I'm up there, but I really love to like learn, and
No, he's good.
enjoy.
So you're lip syncing and shit.
What was that?
You're like lip syncing with the instruments.
No. I'm playing.
Okay, cool,
but like,
cool.
it's hard for me to like just for myself play and feel good about it. But like when we're together, it just it feels right.
It just feels like it's in sync.
Yeah.
He's good at what he does. I think it's just like staying consistent and just having that confidence and self-esteem about actually knowing what to do. I think it's just like the musicianship behind it. Like you got to be a musician. There's just like so much terminology that goes about it, and we're just a little bit more free-flowing about it. It comes more natural, I guess.
Well, it's like anything, you know. You don't have that confidence. You have that breakthrough moment at some point where you feel like, okay,
yeah,
I got
coming.
it.
I
You
really
feel
do
it?
feel that coming.
yeah.
Nice. Well, you wouldn't be able to tell because your music is pretty good, you know.
It flows pretty well. I was telling him actually, I was like, damn dog, when I was listening to you guys' shit, I was like, I feel like I'm playing FIFA.
No way.
And like I don't know I mean it's not in a bad way.
That's the greatest compliment I think we've ever gotten.
Ever. We
100%.
grew up playing soccer our whole lives.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I play FIFA. So,
FIFA soundtracks are the shit.
exactly.
100%.
So I was like, oh, I think I listened to this. I think this was where in FIFA.
Yeah, he told
You know
me.
what I'm saying? So I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, I'm doing whatever. I can listen to it. It doesn't bother me. You know, like some music, you can fucking, it kind of distracts you. Nah, I'm like, this is chill. I don't know if I'm getting the FIFA vibes. I'm getting the what do we call it? We Morrissey.
Yeah. So what I
was
took
like,
away was
fuck.
like nostalgic.
Yeah.
It like takes you back, and I think your videos are the perfect example of your music. It makes you feel nostalgic, like you're hanging out, barbecuing with your friends, just hanging out, and it takes me back to those times, like when we used to hang out at his house and just be chilling.
Yeah, we used to throw parties at my house.
That's what's up.
And this motherfucker has a cool story. I don't know if he wants to say it.
Which one?
The fucking getting caught upside down doing a cake stand when you thought your parents were out of town.
Yeah, so I was like the good boy. I was a good boy growing up, you know, the schoolboy and all that.
I was a bad guy.
He was a bad influence, but he lived like 2 houses down from me, so he was like, "Hey, let's throw a party at your house this time." But you know what? Now that you think about it, the music does take me back to that time. Yeah, so
Really?
yeah.
It's like a chill. It's like I noticed you guys were doing a lot of like I think most your 2 videos you had a mixture of backyard parties.
Yeah.
So
yeah, in a way, yeah, we did.
Yeah, so that's what I was like, holy shit, this is chill. Like I said, it reminded me of me playing FIFA or us fucking having parties at my mom's house, or that one time at his house when he got caught. But
Right on, yeah.
Yeah, in the
so
middle of a
it's-
kickstand.
No, we appreciate the kind words. It means a lot.
Yeah, no, for sure. We don't have money. We don't have a budget, so we have to do everything ourselves. To be honest, the music videos, we filmed one of them ourselves, and we kind of just got a bunch of friends together at parties and just filmed the most random shit. So
Do you think that helps you though? Kind of appreciate that more?
I do.
That experience?
Anything DIY for sure is always better, especially when you have control of it as well. And I think we're really appreciative of having like really dope, open friends as well, very supportive friends, and stuff like that. I mean, we would want to get to a point and level where we could, you know, afford something a little bit better quality that has more direction and has a little bit more support and help, but we can't afford
honestly,
that
bro.
yet.
Honestly, just focus on the content.
Yeah.
Right.
Like in reality, you have like I started doing photography, right?
Right.
And
It looks great, by the way. I just want to say it looks great.
Thank you,
I don't
bro.
want to.
Thank
I
you.
wanted to throw that
Appreciate
in there. Yeah.
it took me a while to learn. I self-taught as well. Like it's like in photography, right?
Right.
When I first started, I wanted to get the best camera. I mean, I didn't have the money for it, but I was like, oh man, I think I bought like a $500 camera and like a $100 lens, and I would go out there, excuse me, and I would see people on like Instagram or other pages or whatever, and I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, why come my pictures don't look like that? You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you guys went through the same thing with
for
music.
sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was like, it's because I don't have a $3,000 camera. It's because I don't have a $3,000 lens.
Right.
And then I had the balls one day. I was like, fuck it, I'm going to spend a little bit of money. And I bought a good lens. And I was still getting shitty pictures. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I got a $3,000 lens. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And that's when you realized it was you?
and you're like, yeah. It's not about the equipment. So you can have shitty equipment, but if you guys are fucking busting out great content, that shit don't matter.
Yeah.
That's 100% right.
Yeah.
Plus, one of the other things is I think you got to be yourself. You want to be organic, you know? One thing we said about this podcast is we were going to be ourselves no matter what.
Right.
We
for
don't want to
sure.
try to fake it because it's obvious when people try to fake it.
Right.
So keeping it organic, keeping it real it's very important.
Natural, for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I definitely feel the vibe. It's dope. I like it, and
Cool, man.
that makes total sense. Those are very kind words. Very
So
true.
who hit up who?
I was already kind of doing some instrumentals at home by myself and just random stuff. This guy was a really cool guy. He was in a partnership at the time, and actually the way we met is I think I was doing some stuff at the Home Depot, and he goes up to me and he's like, he didn't even say what's up. Yo, my name's Alejandro blank blank blank. He literally goes up to me. He says what's up. He's like, hey, you going to Echo Park Rising today? And I'm like, yeah, man, I'll see you there. He doesn't show up.
Echo Park Rising is like a little music festival
In
that
Echo Park.
they host in
Okay.
Echo Park.
Yeah,
Bunch of
but
bands, like local bands, to show
nice.
up
We
and
gotta
play
check that out.
at every
Never
little
heard of it.
bar.
I know, me
yeah,
either.
it's dope.
Cool
It's dope.
venue.
They haven't had it in a while due to COVID, but it's a great time. Anyways, he ended up splitting with this partnership, and we were just like, fuck it, let's go to the Echo Park Rising next year. So we link up. We get really wasted. We had like 16 beers each, a lot of whiskey, and this guy just kind of, broke down to me, told me about the whole gist and story of everything. And, a couple years went by of friendship, and then me and a bunch of friends bought him his first bass for his birthday.
Gotcha.
So then we kind of just locked up in a room and just started. We were already friends prior to the project, so we kind of just started writing some instrumentals and music, and it was flowing really well. So then we kind of just decided to take it a little bit more seriously. We released an album and just kept recording music, playing shows, and then COVID hit again. COVID hit. So
So let me ask you, growing up, since you're already familiar with instruments, is that something you kind of had in mind?
not at all, not at all. I've never really thought of it as some sort of passion or devotion. Like I said, growing up, our whole lives we played soccer. Our dads were only proud of us for playing soccer, like, oh, ándale cabrón, like things like that.
Yeah, cool,
That's the
cool.
only time I would kind of, I feel like that's the only thing that I kind of had that was, I don't know, good for myself. And then he played soccer as well. We both played high school soccer. He was a lot better than I was. And then, we grew up listening to great music. And then finally, I just kind of realized I like that music. That sounds good. I think I could make that. I think I could do that. So then I just picked it up, and then I kind of grew this like beautiful love and passion for it. So it's something that I want to just kind of keep to myself for the rest of, as long as I'm alive and stuff.
So you guys mentioned you guys played soccer, right? Did you guys play in the same school?
No, we were like rivals.
We're rival schools, yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
His school actually sent me to the hospital with like 6 stitches, opened up my lip. Like,
That would have
elbow
been
to
me.
the
I'm not gonna lie.
face.
I was the defender that like to bust people up. I used to get all these red
I
cards.
respect that.
Red cards left and right.
So you guys are Mexican, right?
Yeah, full Mexican.
So you guys love Mexican soccer?
100%.
All right.
I do love Mexican. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you 2 questions, okay? Do you guys
Let's
watch
do
MLS?
Well, I don't watch
I
it.
prefer the live games over like the TV
Okay.
version.
Cool. But you guys follow the Mexican soccer at least?
Yeah,
Okay.
Mexican soccer too. Yeah.
What team? What's your team?
Chivas.
Chivas.
100% Chivas.
All right, get these guys out of here.
Oh,
Get
man.
these guys out of here.
Oh,
You
shit.
gave me America vibe as soon as I walked in.
I'm an America fan.
Oh,
I have an America
shit.
tattoo on my leg
Same.
from when we Cruz Azul, okay? So, yes, I'm an America fan. MLS?
Let's take the beer and run.
You guys are from
LAFC.
LA? LAFC?
Yeah.
You definitely got to get this guy out of here.
Galaxy.
Are you Galaxy?
Galaxy
We
fan,
were just
bro.
at the game last week.
We were
Yeah,
at the LAFC, LA Galaxy game last week.
How was
We
that?
beat you guys.
it was awesome, man. It was my
2-1,
first
yeah.
game actually.
Really?
so.
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
it at the new LAFC stadium?
No.
No, it was-
I have season tickets for the Galaxy.
That's what's up.
So I invited him, and we went, and it was his first game there. And I told him, dog, LAFC, LA Galaxy games get crazy.
Oh, hell yeah, they
So,
do.
anyways-
Nothing like Mexican soccer teams,
Of
but
course.
that's
Yeah.
where the crowd is coming from.
Yeah.
You know they're coming, right?
Who?
My wife just told me that
Chivas are playing
Chivas are playing LA
Galaxy, and the FC is playing
and
America.
LAFC playing America.
Dang.
So I don't
September
know
at SoFi. Yeah.
What's
yeah.
up? Thanks for letting us know. We're
Yeah.
gonna
So
have
if
to
you
check
guys
that
are
out.
freaking fans, bro, there's your team, LAFC, LA,
Oh, yeah.
and then Chivas.
Yeah.
Well, LAFC is Chivas 2.0. That's what they call it.
I can see
But
that.
anyways, so that's two extremes: soccer and music, right?
Growing up.
Why
yeah.
not pursue soccer? Like, did you guys?
I pursued soccer pretty heavily.
Okay.
I played early into my college years, and I think it just builds up resiliency in you. You know, like work ethic,
Yeah.
hard work ethic. Every day you have to be at it to be good. For soccer, it was just physically draining to a point where like my knees, my feet, like everything was just hurting. And with music, it's always been a passion. Like who doesn't love music?
Yeah.
Really?
Even if we don't play instruments, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
You just respect the craft, you
The
know,
art,
the
yeah.
artistry. So for me, it was an easy transition out. It's something that I've always wanted to cater energy to, and now that I have the opportunity to do so with such a beautiful human being alongside of me, I think it's like, fuck, I'm just waking up grateful every fucking day to be able to live this kind of life, you know?
Cool.
Yeah.
pursue something you love and just
Yeah.
throw it out there, express yourselves
Hell yeah.
a lot. One of you, well, we were actually wondering your style. Earlier you said, you heard something, you're like, I can do that. I can make that sound. What do you guys identify as? Because I know it's kind of indie rock, kind of has EDM vibes as well. So what do you guys kind of like identify as genre-wise, or is just open or?
I think we've always had trouble trying to identify ourselves based off a specific genre. I think we talk about this, Ale and I, pretty often about how we really dislike genres and labels. We're I guess you would consider us experimental, but we have a lot of influences and a lot of inspiration from many different projects. For example, we have like a lot of indie 80s inspired. I know the first few tracks on our album is considered like house, like it has like this house vibe to it,
Yeah.
electronic dance music. But yeah, we've had many influences and inspirations growing up. I think for me personally, my dad listened to a lot of rock en español. One of my aunts sold CDs and tapes at a swap meet. That was her way of making a living.
Cool.
So I remember her giving me this OMD record full of like 80s hits, and I listened to OMD Electricity and Depeche Mode, and the synthesizers and the electronic guitars was. I'm not a lyricist. I'm more of like an instrumentalist. I like listen to melody. That's what captures me. It has so much emotion to me. So that's kind of what caught my inspiration and my influence on things, and led to what we kind of play today.
Gotcha. Okay.
I actually like that answer though.
That's pretty dope.
You don't have to be restricted to one genre. Putting labels kind of
Yeah.
complicates it and puts it in one direction when.
And it's boring. It's
Yeah,
boring to
yeah,
me.
in a sense you're right, yeah.
Listening to the same BPMs, the same rhythms, the same guitars. Like, if you want to be, a little bit more upbeat and housey this one and just approach things differently in the next track, it's kind of like a storyline. It has more of a, I don't know, more a little bit of a part of you rather than what like the industry's telling you to do.
So what's your inspiration when you're going into something like that? Because it's obviously a little different every time. Is it just different emotions, different feelings you're having, or?
Yeah, I think it's just different emotions, different feelings. I am easily inspired by the smallest things in life, and I think whatever I'm feeling at that very moment, just the way I approach a new song or a new something, I either want to make it very moody and emotional, so I kind of downbeat it a little bit, or I'm feeling ADHD and energetic, and I want to just punch the wall. So we kind of approach it differently.
Cool.
So that's the way I approach the musical part of it. I don't know if he approaches it
No,
differently.
yeah. I mean, we definitely relate in the way we approach things. And I think one of the coolest things was both of us going through like a very deep breakup during the writing process for our first album. And that obviously lit a fire in us. And we were finally able to like just fully have solitude and be our full selves and bring that into the room and create this little baby that we have now.
Some of the best albums are made after heartbreaks, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, sad music sells, bro. I
Yeah.
mean,
yeah, straight up.
even if it doesn't, like, not monetary, but, like, people like that shit. It attracts.
Well, everybody can relate to it.
Exactly, yeah.
Everybody goes through heartaches and pain and things. But I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No worries. Yeah, I mean, that's really where we're at with that. I mean, we both kind of see things. We have similar worldviews, so we bring that into, like, the writing process, whether it's, you know, his melodies or lyrics. It's all kind of like the same mind, but with different avenues to get there.
We like implement different things. I think I do more of the instrumentals, and he's more of like the lyricist, the poetic individual behind a lot of the writing process.
And the beautiful thing about him, he's like, yeah, like you said, like he can hear something, he's like, oh, that's easy to make. I can never relate to that. But like, I'll be in the room just chiseling it out, you know, like the song, like, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Try this instead, or, you know.
So you guys have a good harmony and balance then, right? You got the lyricist and then you got the beats and.
You know what that shit reminds me of?
What?
Sisko and Mike. I'm listening to them, right? And I'm just like, holy shit. This guy right here, I've known him 30 plus years, okay? I met him in 5th grade. This guy right here, he's fucking methodical. Just like you said, he could listen. Well, he obviously doesn't listen. He could see something and say, he could say, like, I could build that. Yeah. You know, obviously he has this company where he builds things for companies. And he could say, I could build this. And I come in and I compliment that part where, like, okay, you build it, I'll figure out a way to, like you said, chisel or whatever. Yeah. And we do the same thing here. Like I've always told him, we're like a yin and yang. We've been wanting to do this for, what, like fucking 5 years. And in this last summer, I got the opportunity to work with him here in his company, helping him out with some human resource stuff. And he said, fuck it, let's do it. And sure enough, like, the way he speaks, the way his demeanor, you could tell who's more, like, I'm loud as fuck. Who's the quiet one. So, like you said, it's like a yin-yang. Like, fucking, it balances each other. Right. I couldn't be doing it with somebody like me.
Right. I just want to say that y'all are both really cool. I don't know if we'll ever get to your level, but it seems like we both groups have great chemistry, and it's always very important to find, especially with all the obstacles that we get thrown at in life. You want to always connect to someone that you really there's relevance and just mutual connection. So that's very hard to find. But
I think respect too, 100%. Like if you respect that other individual, like anything will flow.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, I think. Just kind of having respect, having that balance, and understanding as well, you know, because we're all different. We all have different perspectives, and it's just taking it in and kind of like, you know, like, hey, they have a point, or no, I kind of disagree, but you know, let me give you my perspective.
Right.
Cool. So
for sure.
So have you guys ever played at an actual festival, a big festival, or you guys haven't?
No, definitely not. No festivals. We played a lot of we played over like 10 shows live, and we had a residency in the Valley in a little pub called the Scotland Yard Pub. So we'd be able to play a show there whenever we really wanted to.
Well, we've never had, sorry to cut you off, we've never had the opportunity to play like any shows. For example, we actually wrote our album during COVID. We legit had to go into studio with, you know, masks, get your, well, not masks, well, you wear masks like at the first approach, get your temperature scanned and everything. So when we released our first like studio album, we didn't have a chance to play a show. Like, oh, everything's up and running, and then it shut down again. So we never had the opportunity to do that. And everyone listens to our music and they're like, oh, these guys play cool shows. But we honestly haven't really played that many shows that we would like to. Now everything's diffusing a little bit, so we're gonna get there hopefully. Cool. But yeah, we haven't really played that yet.
Yeah, I think that was really painful actually, you know, putting in all this work into like creating a little baby album and not being able to like express it and show it to the people and play it live, because that's all you really want to do as musicians, you know.
So when you guys play live, what's the feeling like? I mean, we've never been in any situation like that. Like, stepping up, you know, prepping. It's your first one, second one. You know, it's kind of, I mean, it's a little nerve wracking. I get nervous sometimes just being in front of this.
Bro, you should have seen our first show.
Oh,
yeah. Tell them a story about our first show.
So, honestly, I played in punk bands. So my whole life, I've been banging my head on drums, going crazy in mosh pits. So punk bands, I've already built that confidence and self-esteem to kind of play a show. I feel like for me, adrenaline takes over me. I just kind of lose myself, and everything is just black. And I don't know, I'm just kind of very focused on what I'm doing, so everything just blanks out. But as for our first show, we played at the Scotland Yard Pub. It was where we DJ'd 2 years prior to that. And we had a completely packed house. We played with a bunch of dope bands, completely packed house. Our first show as a band, as a unit, as Rosa Bella Jr. It was a great, great time. The house was packed. My parents actually both came. And one of the funniest things ever, it was just like, it was like a rock star moment. Like, we're about to go on, and my parents are right there about to like watch us. They can't even move and breathe, just how many people are there. And this dude just takes out like, right next to my parents, takes out a baggie of some stuff and just goes fully in right there. And my mom's just looking at this guy like, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. He's doing it. He's doing it. So he's just there going wild. It was a great time.
Parents walk out with the munchies.
Right. But yeah, it was a fun time. My guitar string broke second song in. It took me like 5 minutes to change a string. Like, we were not prepared. It was a learning lesson. So now every time we play a show, we bring an extra guitar, an extra something. So it was it was pretty successful. It was a nice little fire start of it all. So
everything's a learning experience, man. Everything.
Exactly.
And nothing ever goes as planned. You could be prepared, and something that's tiny or just, you know, just goes wrong, and it's
right.
But
exactly. So that was our first experience. I don't know if you wanted to add something else.
No, that was pretty much it. Yeah.
I don't know if I missed something.
You fucked it up. That's like you.
So your style of music, you guys are Mexican, right?
Yeah.
How did that come about? You know, obviously we grew up on mariachi, banda,
Same here.
things like that. So it's kind of, obviously the influences we got were older as we got older, but we never got to dive into it too much until now. But how does that come about?
Yeah, funny that you bring it up. I was only ever raised on mariachi and banda and just that. He has like a more like rock background, even if it's Spanish rock. But I mean, for us, it was just a natural way of life, really. Like, that's what we've been into from the moment we started liking music, you know, indie, alternative, electronic. That should just, I mean, it excites us, and that's really where we get all our inspiration from.
Yeah, no, we were both born obviously very Mexican, very old school, very traditional. My parents migrated to the United States at a very young age. So they adapted to the American culture a little bit. So they're a little bit more Americanized, I guess you could say. So that's where I got the opportunity and privilege to listen to my dad's music. You know, like I said, rock en español and all that. And it's funny because now that I'm older, I'm actually getting more into mariachi and banda and corridos and boleros. Like, I'm the opposite.
Yeah.
So I listen to all the rock en español and listen to all that stuff. And now I'm actually getting more intact and in touch with my culture now, which I love, you know. And I think it was the opposite for him. He listened to more Spanish, Mexican-based music, and now and then you got into the 80s and the indie later on down life.
Spanish rock and all that.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever thought about fusing like the Mexican culture with what you guys do?
We actually just made our first song in Spanish. It's called Vampira. It sounds pretty good. Okay. We're really excited to release it.
When is that release?
We're in the process of recording that single next.
You guys heard it here first.
Yeah, honestly, we showed it to my sister. We showed it to a friend, and everyone was like, wow, this is you guys. And we both our first languages were Spanish, but singing a song in Spanish and just approaching it in that way was so fun, and I felt so connected to my culture. And I mean, I would say I speak rather good Spanish, but like to be able to sing something was pretty cool.
He just sounds so much hotter in Spanish too. Straight up, he sounds so hot in Spanish.
That's what they say, right? The Latin, like the Mexican accents and the whole Latin.
There's like a blood to it, you know. It's so free flowing out of him. So
Vampira.
I'm just assuming. Hey, you should sing a song. You should sing. We got you on a feature. We got you on a feature.
I got a fucked up voice, dog. You don't want.
I feel you. I'm right there with you.
Fucked up voice, dog. You don't want.
Or just, you know, auto tune a little bit. Tweak it.
Nah, dog. Fucking, what's his name? Who was the most famous singer from Autotune?
T-Pain.
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 Dog.
He has a
Did
great
you guys
voice.
see him on the Masked Singer? On the Masked Singer? He came out on the Masked Singer,
Right.
and I think he won first
He won
place.
season 1.
Bro, I did not know it was him. Like,
Yeah.
two different fucking people.
He
Oh,
sings,
he sang without auto-tune.
Yeah, without
I saw
auto-tune.
that.
Yeah, and
He
he
sounds
won it.
so good.
and he
Exactly.
can sing.
Yeah.
I
It's
thought it was
so
Jamie
weird.
Foxx. I
It's
thought it
so
was Jamie
weird
Foxx.
why he would actually auto-tune it. I know at the time maybe
I
it was
think that was
different.
just a-
It
yeah.
was like the style at the time.
So-
Attractive, yeah. That
Yeah.
was money.
Yeah, T-Pain can
selling.
sing. So,
Yeah, he can sing.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe future album. I don't know.
Feature Mike.
You heard it here first.
Vampiro.
I might go solo, Sisko. Vampiro. So, I was gonna say, we talked about introducing Mexican music into your stuff. You guys said you guys have something coming on. Have you guys gone to? Have you guys been any bands, like Mexican bands that you guys grew up on? Like you said, you grew up a lot with your dad listening to.
With rock en
Have you guys been
español.
any bands? Because I got a cool story I'll tell you right now.
Met any bands like that I grew up
Anything that
listening
you had that
to?
you were like, oh my god.
Oh man, I wish. I wish.
Actually, funny story, yes. And
You have?
we have
I'm like
learn new things
excited.
every
I'm
day.
like,
not necessarily
Bring it out first on here. Fuck it.
You heard it here first.
not necessarily banda and mariachi, but he's our favorite artist.
Okay.
His name is Devendra Banhart.
Oh, yes.
He's
Okay.
from
He's from
Venezuela,
Venezuela.
and he actually lives in Echo Park too.
Yeah.
He was doing this very intimate show at a cute little museum in LA. And after he had like question and answers, and I was able to like actually hug him and, have a small conversation with him. And after that, I remember DMing him like on Instagram, like, hey, it meant everything to me to like meet you. Like after this day, I will make something of myself in music. And a couple weeks after that, like we started really laying down our tracks. And it just really made me feel like I was a man of my word for the first time in my life. So yeah, I mean, he made a big impact on my whole
So
life.
motivated you pretty much saying that.
100%, yeah.
That's dope because something similar happened to me. I don't know if you guys. I grew up. Obviously, we grew up in Bone Park. I grew up having life in El Monte as well. I listen to all kinds of music. I really, honestly, don't have a genre. But a lot of people would say, obviously, like I grew up kind of the Cholillo way. So you would say I listen to a lot. But just because I grew up that way doesn't mean I didn't listen to anything.
Right.
I love rock just as much as I love rap, just as much as like Mexican music. If it has a cool except country, I can't really get that shit, bro. But one of my favorite groups growing up, I don't know if you guys know them, Delinquent Habits. They're from Whittier area. They were a Chicano rap group.
What's up?
And they weren't your normal Chicano like Little Rob. I don't know if you guys know who Little Rob is.
Absolutely.
Okay, so Little Rob has his own style. It's more like Chicano oldies style. Yeah.
When the sun
But
goes
Delinquent Habits, the reason I love them is because they had a hip hop to their tunes, but they also had it mariachi. So growing up, I was maybe 10 years old the first time I heard them. By the way, I turned 38 on Tuesday. So
Happy
fuck
birthday,
you.
man.
Thank you.
Good, man.
Forgot to bring the stream. Was supposed to do the birthday special
Yeah, it's my
today.
birthday special. So. So I grew up, the first time I heard them was 10 years old. And I remember I wanted to freaking meet this band. I wanted to fucking, go see them. At 10 years old, you can't go to the fucking clubs or you can't go to any concerts, right? Anyways, I joined the military in 2003, and I went to Japan. By that time, the band had disbanded, the group had disbanded, what was left of it was touring in Europe. A lot of Chicano rap groups are touring in Europe. So I was like, man, if they ever play in the United States again, I'll fucking go see them. That was my dream, right? Anyways, 6 years ago, I picked up photography. I said I want to do photography. Calms me down, whatever. I hit some dude up on Instagram who was also a veteran, and he does photography. And I said, oh shit, you saw Send Dog from Cypress Hill? He did a photo shoot with them. And I was like, oh shit, that's Delinquent Habits. I was like, damn, bro, like you get to shoot these people, like that's dope. That's like my favorite rap group growing up. Man, that's tight. I wish one day I could shoot people like you. He fucking hits me back up, right? And he goes, talk about meeting cool people and vibing with people.
Right.
Hits me back up and says, hey, bro, what are you doing this Saturday morning? I don't got shit to do. He's like, get your gear, meaning my cameras and shit. Meet me, we met at Griffith Park. He says, meet me here at this time. Don't be late. All right, fuck it. I grabbed my camera. I was there early. Who does he invite? Delinquent Habits.
No way.
Bro, I was fanboying like a motherfucker. But I was like, because, you know, they're gangsters, right? So I'm just like.
He was,
But inside, I'm like, oh, shit. I'm fucking like fanboying, right? But I'm like. And then they're like, he set that up. So they were actually getting back together.
Boy.
And this was he was shooting their album cover. And I was like, this motherfucker invited me to shoot the album cover? I'm like, that's fucking dope. Like, not only am I meeting them, I'm the second photographer for the album cover.
Yeah.
I'm
That
just
is
second there.
amazing.
Met them. Like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Chemo. Hey, how you doing? Ives. Hey, cool. I was not trying to find out.
and on the inside?
On the inside, I was like, ah. Bro, I told my wife I was fucking happy. Like, I could have died and fulfilled my dream. Come to now, I actually shot Evie's wedding when he got married. Chemo, I've shot a couple of things that he does for, like, Day of the Dead. Bro, best
amazing.
thing I got.
Cheers to that, man. That's
Yeah.
beautiful, man.
He has
So-
his number. He has his number on speed dial.
Nah. I haven't seen him in a while, but hey,
That's
shout out to you
It's
guys.
all about the
Delinquent.
connections, man.
That is
Honestly.
dope. That is
Yeah.
amazing.
So, like you guys were saying, like I said, it's all about vibing with people and getting to know people and you know, if you feel like doing good for each other, being respectful, being appreciative, you know what I'm saying? That's how you get to do this thing. So I'm sure that you guys do the same thing when you guys are out there playing together. You guys meet people that are like, oh shit, these fools are cool, these guys are cool, you know.
Yeah, for sure. That's definitely always been us, and I think a lot of individuals and audiences have enjoyed that about us. We don't think we're like big shit or anything like that. We play shows, basic little things, and we just kind of go out and we do us.
Cool.
We are who we are. Yeah.
That's one of the biggest things I think. No matter how divisive times can be, whatever's going on politically, you know, culturally, whatever, music, things like that always bring people together.
Right.
You know, and that's
Exactly.
that's something that's definitely always a plus. And I feel like we've lost the art of conversation a lot. So that's one thing that needs to come back. And just like you said, conversating, getting a vibe, meeting people. That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Basic human connection, really.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think social media has fucked it up.
Yeah, social media and COVID.
Yeah.
Right?
COVID.
We were literally just at we were at this place called Blue Mondays the other day. We had this whole week off, so we hit up this 80s club, and Alejandro was basically talking about how people forgot how to communicate or say excuse me or simple thank you. Like, we're dancing, we're having a good time, and all these just masculine dudes are just like shoving you left and right, like, yo, get out of my, like, things like that, and we lost sight of that, how to communicate, how to deliver things properly. I don't know how to even be a little bit intimate with individuals sometimes and things like that. So
Speaking of that, that's gonna be my no manches. I have a no manches. We have a no manches segment coming up. Did he tell you what no manches is?
yeah,
Okay.
I've been
heard a
thinking
little
about
bit.
that nonstop. I'm just like, damn, I don't know.
Yeah, it could be something serious. It could be something funny. But you just brought that's gonna be my no manches right now. I won't say it right now. We're gonna jump into it pretty soon. But anyways, but again, thank you guys. Really appreciate you guys coming on.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you for
I
having
think
us.
in the future, maybe one day we'll have. We wish we would have the TV on so we could show some of you guys' stuff.
It's a work in progress. Yeah, it's not plugged in.
No,
It's not
man.
plugged in.
We appreciate it.
Somebody
No,
said, "Hey,
mad
can you
love,
show this
honestly.
on here?" And we're like, "Yeah, we ain't gonna be able to see shit on it."
No worries.
But hopefully next time, you know, you guys can come back in the future again and maybe do something live.
Oh, we would love that.
Oh, that would
I
be
don't know,
sick.
maybe for our anniversary podcast.
Hell yeah.
You know, we'll have past guests come on and
Yeah,
we'll
most
do
definitely.
like a anniversary show where we just fucking.
And we definitely like to see you guys live. If you ever guys do a show, man, we'd be happy to
We
go out there.
truly
And
appreciate
yeah,
it.
just let us know that is that Echo Park festival still going on?
Hopefully this year. It happens every
They might have
October.
it this year, yeah.
We're not gonna play it because we're still no ones and nothings. But
Hey, man, October's a long way, you know.
hopefully one
very
day we're
soon.
definitely getting back into the groove of shows soon. So hopefully
Who does your guys' promotions and stuff? Do you guys yourselves?
we do everything ourselves. We've
pretty
never
awesome.
paid anyone to do anything except help us record.
Cool.
But yeah, we're branching out. We're building beautiful connections and relationships with people. So hopefully,
Yeah, like y'all, for real. Like, it's
Yeah.
a beautiful connection to even be here sitting on this couch.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you
really
guys.
enjoyed the DM, by the way. I don't know how y'all found
Yeah,
us.
that was my question. How'd you guys, like, come up?
We just stumbled upon the music, man.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know what it was.
Was it Spotify or?
No, it
No,
was.
it sometimes suggested people show up on our Instagram, and then we look at and then we're like, oh shit, it's pretty dope. And obviously, not that we're making it towards the Mexican community or anything, but it's always good to see Mexicans thriving. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fact you guys have the little Mexican flag on it on your Instagram, so I was like, oh shit, let's hit them
gang.
up. And yeah, oh, and I was gonna ask you guys. So I saw Latin X on it, right? I know a lot of people have they
Mixed emotions.
mixed emotions regarding like being called Latino, Latina, Chicano, Chicana, Hispanic, whatever. What came about that? Like Latinx, like.
I mean, I know that our generation, the more first generation Mexicans, Latino community in general, are just very all about like the change and just changing these generational, I don't know, just
Like
things.
norms?
Norms
Yeah,
and stuff
exactly.
like that. So I think Latinx is like a really famous, popular genre of music and a very popular playlist on Spotify. So when we go about Latinx, I think it's more so about like being appreciative of your skin, your culture, where you're coming from, and kind of implementing that into like your music and your culture to kind of identify
It's
yourself.
also more inclusive. That term is to, like,
Yeah.
include all of our people.
Latino,
in that.
like not just Mexicans,
Gotcha.
it's just Latino gang in general. And I understand there's like Latino America, but I think we kind of mean that in a way of any Spanish speaking Latino, Latina
Gotcha.
people with
Okay.
that background. We don't mean any disrespect. We don't
No,
mean
no,
any
no,
sense
that's
or
not the
way.
reason I brought it up. I just, like I said, it caught our attention. That's the reason why we hit you guys up.
Yeah, for sure.
Because obviously that's one thing we want to do. We want to keep it, well, mostly within our culture, because we
Right.
can all identify. And I mean, even though we're all, Latinx, Mexican, Hispanic, whatever, we have similarities growing up, but at the same time, they're a little different.
Right.
And that's what we want to do, kind of share those experiences.
Totally.
Yeah, it's just like Tejanos, right? Texan Mexicans.
Texas,
They
exactly.
don't like to be called Chicanos or Hispanics. They're Texans.
Yeah. and then we're like Angelinos and all this
There
stuff.
you go. Angelinos. That's another one.
Exactly.
I'm an Angelino.
Yeah, and it's I know it's just
Bro.
everyone's just trying to validate themselves. It's
Even East LA Mexicans versus South Central
San
Mexicans.
Central, yeah.
Dog, I'm from South Central. Hey, I'm from East LA, dog. You know what I'm saying? The dialects is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think it's just like this defense mechanism, this ego
Yeah,
it
that
is.
we've been just kind of
Yeah.
engraved with as men and
I
stuff like
think it's
that.
we're trying to belong.
Exactly,
It's
just
like,
feeling
fuck
validated.
that. Like, I want to be different, but I also want to belong. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
Exactly, for sure.
That's a whole conversation on its own.
It's
Yeah,
a tough time.
definitely.
It's a tough time to
Yeah.
kind of just. Sometimes I'm a little bit afraid to even talk or say something because I feel like I'm going to say something wrong. And I think it's just about educating ourselves and just validating
Yeah,
others
that's
and
true.
being yourself and just being cool. Like just
Yeah.
don't disrespect anyone. If they want to be happy, they're not affecting you. Let them.
Yeah, fuck it. Let them be.
Exactly. So that's I don't know. That's where I kind of
Cool.
been stemming
Okay.
from.
Well, moving on. We're going to do our No Manches segment. So I hope you guys got some No Manches
Damn.
topics. I got a No Manches segment based off of something he said.
Okay.
I had something else, but I'm going to bring that one up because it fucking happened to me the other day, and that shit.
You say that every time. I had another one, but I'm going to use this one.
I prepared. I try to prepare for this. So I try
Things
to, like,
never go as planned.
Yeah.
Is it possible for you to open up the floor and see how that
Yeah, I'll
flows?
do it. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So
Are we doing this right now?
we're doing this right now. We're gonna do the
shit.
No Manches segment. All right, I'll start it off. So you were talking about rude people and shit, like not extending common courtesy, right?
Right.
So I'll say a little bit. When I was in Japan, I was in Japan from 2003 to 2005 when I served over in the military. The biggest trip to me was how respectful Japanese are.
Oh.
You could
Eastern
bump
culture, yeah.
into them, like literally. You could fucking be the one walking and accidentally bump into them, and they turn around and they're like, "Sumimasen, sumimasen." Sumimasen means excuse me, sorry, whatever, right?
Even if it's your fault.
Even if it's your fault, they're apologizing to you. So one of my biggest no manches is when you're going into a store or a place where somebody's coming in and somebody's coming out, and then somebody holds the door open for you, right? And then when you all hold the door open and they walk in and they don't say shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that shit fucking no manches. I'm like, you're welcome. The fuck? Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I opened it for you. I guess I should be more like, all right, I shouldn't expect anything. I did it out of my own courtesy.
Right.
But still, it does piss me off that it's like, what the fuck? Like, bitch, am I here? Am I your door opener? And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It happens a lot.
Right.
In the different neighborhoods where it's different race and different color.
Culture.
More privileged.
More privileged.
privileged.
I'm not gonna say who, but we could all decipher that.
Oh, definitely.
Because I live in Redlands. I live in Redlands, California now.
It's like a little bit further up north, huh?
Yes, like next to San Bernardino, right at the foot of the Big Bear Mountains.
Like Moreno Valley-ish area on the
Yeah.
other side of the hill.
Is that like towards Fresno and all that?
No. I live up here, going towards Inland Empire.
Okay. Okay.
So
Towards the
Big
Palm
Bear.
Springs area, going that
Yeah,
way.
gotta.
And Redlands is a pretty.
That's why your
predominant-
tan's so on point, huh?
Yeah, it's fucking
You look good,
hot,
man. You
bro.
look good.
It's fucking hot. Over there. So, anyways, that's my no manches. Like, come on, guys. If somebody opens the door for you, just say thank you.
Yeah, just as simple. Even if you're having a bad day, just like thanks so much for
Thank
opening
you.
it. You know, everyone has a tough
Yeah,
day every day.
exactly.
You don't have to be rude.
So that's my no manches. I don't know who wants to pick it up next.
Dang, I don't know. I don't have one. I don't know if any of you want to go next.
I feel like my no manches is still like, fuck, like, no manches. Trump was our president, like, in 2020 still. Like, bro, what the fuck?
You know what it is though? It's because they're still trying to keep them relevant now. So we still hear.
Bro,
about
nobody's keeping that relevant. That fool's trying to keep himself relevant.
True.
Bro, how did, fuck. That's my no manches. Like, how the fuck did that happen?
Hey.
As peoples, how did we allow that to happen? You know, like,
You know what it is though? People were looking for a change. It wasn't the best thing, but people are just tired of the same thing, man. These politicians, the same politicians,
yeah.
same, rich people, the 1%ers, trying to tell us how to live our lives in a sense.
Yeah.
My no manches was gonna be taxes. I just did my taxes, and I get screwed over. I get fucked all around, man.
Bro,
It's ridiculous.
But you make like $1 million a week and shit. Us fucking poor people. We make like,
If I did that, I wouldn't be complaining about my taxes. But it's just, man, these 1%ers, I just don't get it. People wanted to change.
Yeah.
They thought that was a change, but obviously,
It's understandable. I mean, how it happened.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, how did we as people not become more united out of this shit?
You know what he did? He said a lot of things other people have been thinking and wanting to say.
Closet
Yeah.
racist.
Closet racist.
And I'm really appreciative of the fact
I
that
was
we
gonna
don't.
say I really enjoy the presidency. Sorry to cut
Yeah,
you off.
same.
I was gonna say I just really enjoyed the presidency because, men of color, women of color, just all the minorities that they say, although we're the majority, I think. It kind of opened up our eyes and united us a little bit more. Things that people were feeling and going through, like specific communities and cultures that we knew it was going on, but we would look the other way because us ourselves were a little bit scared to even step up or just want to educate ourselves and make a difference. So for this, it gave us a little bit of kick in the ass, or a big ass kick in the ass, to kind of make an epic change and protest and your First Amendment and just like preaching that and freedom of speech and how we're humanitarian rights more than anything. It shouldn't even be political; it's humanitarian rights.
But you know where it starts? Locally.
Exactly.
If you have the right to vote, or the privilege to vote, because it's a privilege, go vote. Some people say, I'm not going to vote in local elections. Why not?
Yeah.
Bro, you're basically giving the opposition the power to vote in the local people that eventually are going to affect the bigger picture.
Right.
So you got to stop that bullshit that, my vote don't count. Oh, fucking white vote local or in the local elections, that shit don't matter.
Those are the most important when you come down to
Exactly.
think about it.
Very
Because then when you're like out there and they're fucking building shit in front of your house that you don't want.
vote for or educate yourself on.
Exactly. So
We need a good leadership as well, like communal leadership.
Yep.
For
And
sure.
we lack that.
Younger generations are getting wiser and smarter about that. But I think we still have that old school mentality as well. Like you're talking about protesting and standing up. As Latino culture, I feel like we still sometimes don't do it enough. We kind of just go about our business. Hey, I'm going to wake up, go to work. I'm not going to go to that protest. I'm not going to, I got to go to work. And I think that's another thing that kind of needs to change between, our culture and our neighborhoods as well.
Yeah, making work your first priority it's like a double-edged sword, like it can be the greatest thing, but it also will take away from the fact that you're not going to educate yourself because you're always working.
Yep.
And that's what we were programmed.
And that trickles down to like your children,
Yep.
So it's unfortunate. We just have to, educate ourselves a little bit harder than more privileged individuals.
yeah, cool. Yeah,
Definitely agree.
yeah, I agree to that.
That's our deepest no manches right there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, to be honest, mine was just going to be about like just like fuck the patriarchy and all that stuff too. I was going to fall into the same category and spectrum. I didn't know which way direction to go. I feel like we could all probably have like a million no manches and just a bunch of different things. But we actually had some tacos right before coming here, and we kind of discussed that a little bit. And it's a huge pet peeve of mine and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I'm really excited for the change, the education, the unity, the respect we're finally giving ourselves, and just putting ourselves to equal standards and stuff like that,
and continuing to do it.
Exactly, not lowering ourselves because you know, generational wealth and a bunch of other things, and colorism, classism, and just things like that. We're breaking that shit down, and I'm really excited.
And you know how we can see that there's a little shift in that dynamic? We live in Echo Park now. Obviously, a lot of people can say that it's very gentrified, and it is. And there's pros and cons to gentrification.
Yeah.
But, you see a lot of privileged individuals coming from out of state, and we're Latinos, and you can tell that we're Latinos. We're not like white. So they kind of see us with a different light in a way, and we can notice it. It's kind of weird talking about it, but like when you're surrounded by all of that gentrification, it makes you feel like they respect you in a different way because you're from the hood. You've been in the hood your whole life.
Yeah, that's the way we were raised, yeah.
And yeah, it's cool because there is a shift in energy and respect that they are showing us as well. It's not like ignorant gentrification.
Okay.
I think that's something that people don't realize about gentrification and things like that. So.
Well, yeah, you're right, because they're choosing to move to a place where
that's Latino. It's Latino. It's Latino based. Echo Park's known. Boyle Heights. All these places in LA are known for the Latino community making it what it is. I mean, it's not Los Angeles. It's Los Angeles. You live in the city, the county of Los Angeles, and California is Mexico. I mean, if you're going to be living in the state and things like that, you have to find unity, educate yourselves on the oppression that people went through and stuff like that. And like Alejandro said, I think it's just the people who live in Echo Park are individuals who are educated, like to live life a little bit more tranquil, just a little bit more pacifist and things like that. Like whoever lives in the city of Echo Park, it's a lot more unified than other cities and states. And I think that's why we decided to migrate there. And I mean, we've spent our whole lives there, but I think that's why we decided to kind of like make it official,
build the foundation
and stuff. And like you were saying, like in Echo Park, you hold the door open for anyone, whether it be a white man, a black man, an Asian man, and just any man, woman. Everyone there has so much respect and love for each other. You hold the door open, and everyone's like so thankful of each other. It's like LA should be like its own country kind of thing. California should be its own country, to be honest. Many people have talked about just stepping away from the U.S. I'm all for it, but yeah, it's a great city, and we're very thankful for it. But yeah, pros and cons to gentrification for sure.
Cool. Well,
words of wisdom.
Yeah, words of wisdom, guys. So we like to finish out the segment with words of wisdom. I'm sure he explained this to you. Words of wisdom is basically what you guys live by, which you guys have been pretty much saying it all along. But it's a message that you want our listeners, your listeners, or just people in general to know so that they could live by.
Yeah, I definitely have one that I can.
Okay.
We're going to add that little music, by the way, in the background. That motivation.
I love that.
Eye of the Tiger?
Life begins at the end of your comfort zone.
Dope. I haven't heard that one.
Well, he made it up.
I went to school for a little bit, and then literally that was the only quote that I remember from all of my school years. And it just allows you to really see, like, once you stop being so complacent with yourself in life, all of the good shit that you are wanting for yourself is going to happen for you.
That's deep.
So that's mine for sure.
Cool.
I think one of y'all could go. I'm still thinking right.
Oh, we usually
we just leave it to the guests.
Well, ours is there's what did you say? No,
mine is a little double. It's time waits for no one, and it's never too late. So
that is great.
Cool.
About to get that tatted on my chest right now.
That's cool if you don't have one. We don't want to pressure you.
I think more than anything, I've been surrounding myself around a lot of beautiful individuals, whether it be male, female, just many different individuals, actually. And I think one thing that I've always realized about myself growing up in a very conservative Mexican community and culture is just, just like nonstop working, help your parents out, do this, do that, nonstop working. And I think I've created this like this system in my mind and in my head where it's all anxiety. Like I'm always running with this like ADHD and stuff like that, like always having to do things like that. And I think it's not a quote, it's not words of wisdom, and it's nothing like that, but I think I'm starting to finally live in the moment. Like tomorrow wasn't promised. You're gonna die any second. We hung out with this beautiful individual last night, and she was talking about how live in the moment, free flow. Don't worry about yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about the next hour. Be in the moment. Be in the present. Enjoy yourself. Do what you got to do. If you want to have that extra sixth beer, go for it. If just
Gotcha.
I'm not sure if I'm delivering the right examples, but I think someone who deals with a lot of like, I'm always fast paced. My mind's always running. I'm always like scattered. Like this guy.
Same way, man.
It's a defense mechanism. It's a coping mechanism because it helps me get shit done. I get my music done. I get a lot of work done, and it's made me who I am today. And not that I'm successful, but it's gotten me to where I am today. And I have to learn how to appreciate, breathe that in, and just kind of live in the moment and just let go sometimes. Enjoy your life. Enjoy yourself. You're young. You're gonna die one day. We're living to die, and it's just you want to appreciate life a little bit more, and we're never taught that, especially as Mexicans.
Yeah.
Work. Ponte a trabajar.
Very true.
Hey, the name says it all, man. It's the present. It's a gift.
It is a gift.
It's a gift.
And I gotta agree with him. I'm starting to. I've been applying some of that to myself in my life. So it does work. It does work. It is challenging, but you gotta chill back. You gotta step a step back.
Take a step back.
Yeah,
Like literally breathe, huh? Like literally.
Yeah, and it's been very helpful. So.
For sure. So that's where I'm at. I'm still a rookie to this, but
Hey, man, it's
that's
a
what-
process. It's what it's all about. Learning
that about myself.
Okay, guys. So we're coming to the end of the show. Again, if you guys are looking for a local DJ or local group to come to your parties, or just to even hang out and shit, like, not that they're gonna do it for free, because they gotta make a living.
Or lavar los trastes.
Rosa Bella Jr. Guys, check them out. Your Instagram is what? At Rosa,
it's just literally Rosa Bella Jr.
Rosa Bella Jr.
Yeah, on Instagram.
Instagram.
and you guys got a YouTube as well, so make sure you guys jump over to the YouTube.
Yeah, we got our music streaming like everywhere too. Amazon, a bunch of Spotify,
check out their music, guys. And if you guys want to hire them, they do local stuff. So hit them up. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Appreciate
Mike,
that.
thanks for having us. Honestly,
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Okay. Hey, we're bringing you back up for the yearly
Our year anniversary thing.
anniversary.
We would
thing.
love that. We'd
All
be
right?
honored.
yeah. Let us know when that
We'd
is.
love to have you guys.